swear the chicks is thicker. Reppin' for the team, that's the pinche Houston sippers. She don't want your liquor, she don't want your chipper. She poppin' for a legend, that's a real masa flipper. This is for la raza, this is for la raza. I'm in my trap, casa whipping up the damn masa.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Welcome to another episode of the What Did He Say podcast, the podcast that is growing daily. We're going city to city, and everywhere we go, people are like, hey, man, thank you for helping me get through my work day.
I really love when I get those DMs and people are like, oh, I don't have headphones.
The good feedback?
Yeah, the good feedback, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like...
We're just waiting on Marisol to get ready.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, it does feel good because, you know, this is, I mean, we enjoy doing it, but it feels even better knowing somebody tuning in.
For sure.
We're not just talking
to ourselves. Like, it is, speaking of, it's Mental Health Month, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least we don't sound crazy, right? We actually got...
I don't know about all that.
I have my struggles.
After the last episode, I don't know. People might be like, a little batshit crazy over there.
Why? What did we say on the last episode?
I don't know. Fart stories.
Oh, yeah.
You guys never watch Game of Thrones. All pretty crazy.
I eat farts.
I still don't understand. Wow. I still don't understand the Game of Thrones. We were backstage in Kingsville, in Kingsville, Texas, and there was a couple there. They're big Game of Thrones fans. And I told them what I knew. I was like, there's a midget. Khaleesi's pregnant by some dude. The little boy's still in a coma. He might snitch.
might snitch.
The midget's mean. He got captured by this lady on a horse. I saw one White Walker in the beginning, and I'm just waiting for the show to start. I was like, okay, now what? The one other little guy, he's like off on warrior camp, where there's like defending the wall or something.
Right.
And that's it. It's pretty slow.
You're learning.
It's moving very, very slow.
Were you trying to watch it the other night? I was like, he's
trying.
Really trying.
I
was putting the
I'm
baby
like
to
80
sleep.
million people watch this show. I'm the only one that don't get it.
I come out and I'm like, oh, okay, he's really trying to make an effort because he's been watching that same episode for I don't know how many times. Every time I come out, it's
sometimes
like...
you be on Instagram too, multitasking, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what it was. I was on there.
Oh, that's why you weren't paying
on the
attention.
gram, too. But,
yeah, but you try. And
I'm trying.
Yeah.
And the couple's like, yeah, wait till like season 6. It starts to pick up. Like, I ain't got time for this shit.
Who said that? Oh, the couple.
They were like,
Okay.
dude, right now, like where you're at, bro, they're just like dragon eggs, bro. They're not even dragons yet. And I'm like, I can't fucking wait. How many more seasons?
I love seeing on the podcast page people that are if they're sending you stuff, then I know it's people that are also like commenting things like you got to muscle through season 1 and 2, and then you'll be hooked. Right?
Muscle through. I ain't got time to muscle through. Other shows, it's just already popping.
Listen, speaking of other shows, I think last week we talked about Beyonce, right?
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't watch it.
Okay.
Ready? Here we
Ready?
go.
Watch motherfucking I Am Serena or Being Serena.
Serena and his bitch. Shout out to Venus. We're all about autobiography. What is it? Autobiography. Yeah, them.
Yeah,
documentaries.
autobiographies.
Them. That's
Oh
what-
my God. It was like...
The story of a champion.
Did that just come out too, or what?
It's on HBO.
HBO
I don't know if it
Sports.
just came out, but it's amazing.
It can't be too old because it showed how she almost died giving birth.
Oh shit.
Due to like a history of blood clots, emergency C-section.
What's it called?
Being
Serena?
I think something about Serena.
Or Being
HBO
Serena or
Sports.
I Am Serena, something like that.
But man, dude, just like Beyonce, she had to do the whole bounce back of like just had a kid.
And you know what's crazy is that she struggled with dropping the weight, even though she was working out and eating well.
But she was breastfeeding too.
Exactly. And people that always ask me, why haven't you dropped the weight? Bitch, because I was motherfucking breastfeeding.
Ho.
That's why.
Ho.
That's why trick
Damn.
ass hoe.
But wait, Penny is just now getting one feed. Watch this.
Watch what's
finna happen.
One for you today is what you're saying?
Yeah, she's just getting one. She's only getting the boob one time a day.
What was gonna happen? I want to know.
Well, she's
About
trying to
watch this bounce
She's
back.
trying to break up with the baby.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to break up with Penny.
And then we started watching the Mike Tyson.
Which it looks like it's been out for a minute, but I just
That one
I was
came out
listening.
in 08.
Yeah, and I was listening to
damn.
Joey Diaz, and so they were talking about it, and I was like, oh, I told him I want to watch that, and so we kind of started watching it yesterday. He's interesting. He's very interesting. You know.
Yeah.
to say the least.
His interview with Rogan was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, for sure.
And
Did he just say Joe like he totally knows him? Like y'all are friends?
I like how he be on my podcast trying to shout out other podcasts.
Okay.
I mean, on some other show.
We're going to have to bleep that part out.
Speaking of, though, he's talking to somebody today, and he's like, yeah, there's this great book called Sapiens. I started laughing out loud. I started laughing out loud.
You know,
I see it here, Serena. Okay.
Humans.
What's it called?
Bling Serena.
Bing Serena.
Put
Yeah.
her on my list.
So you get to see like people like her and Beyonce. Just there's a list of successful motherfuckers, but you get to see like, dude, the amount of sacrifice. Like her husband created Reddit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Alexis.
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Ohanian or something like that. Yeah.
Nerdy rich dude.
Yes.
So anyway. What happened? He's based out of Silicon Valley.
Right.
She had to go train with her French coach in
France.
In France, so she had to bring the baby, and they had to be away. Like the little family had to
for
be
a
split
month.
up.
They were separated for a month.
Really, I was thinking, bro, you run Reddit. I'm sure you could fucking work remotely. I mean, you got like $1 trillion.
Right.
But her French coach, he was keeping it real. He was like, Serena, you. Oui. How do you expect to? You come on. You want to have baby? Yes.
She's like, okay, do you want to breastfeed? Then you're not ready to compete. And so she's like, well, why can I do both? No, because she's producing so much, and that's key. You need those fats, you need those calories to be able to continue to feed your baby. Right before she's going on for a match, she is pumping
backstage.
What?
Yes,
and trying to keep up with the young tennis players coming up, and
it was super motivating, especially for a female. I mean, obviously, if a male was impressed by it, I think that it's
a 5-star athlete like myself was impressed.
Yeah,
the king of the beehive.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are the king of the beehive.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
What would Beyonce do? But
now we're like, what would Serena do?
Yeah, what would Serena do?
Now it's
It's
what
jumping
would Serena,
ships like that.
So right when I'm about to like have like a sugary coffee drink, it's like, you know what? Serena wouldn't have all the sugar in her drink right now. She's trying to win. So look, here's the crazy thing: is I believe she comes back to win, kind of like what Tiger Woods just did. She had some controversy over like she was complaining about some referee calls, and they tried to. It was against the Japanese girl or something like that, but she was like mixed, and someone tried to throw the race card in there.
Was that the same time I think she was wearing that like Black Panther?
That's that
kind of
outfit that that's right after.
Well, there were rules again,
Right.
Nike's not allowed. So they show her having meetings with the head, tennis department, Nike designer, and so the crazy thing is she had to like not only get in shape, she had to do all this sacrifice, like take her baby all the way to France, and probably brought a nanny too, but having to, she pretty much had the choice of either you're gonna make family your priority now and maybe not try to compete
as much.
Like realistically, you're not gonna be at that level in shape wise and just training wise. Or B, are you gonna put family on hold for a second and keep giving your all into something that you've been into since you were a little bitty kid and you've already won all the records, like you have nothing to prove, or do you still have that fight?
The crazy thing is that all this type of information is just being put out now when it's been going on for years. Yeah. How many moms out there that are lawyers, doctors, whatever, comedians, actresses, whatever it is, that are trying to focus on their career and have to go back to work, and their kids pretty much have to sacrifice. It's you continue your career. You're gonna be good though. It's what's gonna be important here is that my child is good. Be taken care of for years to come. So I'm going to go ahead and go to it's a decision. That show, Working Moms, that's on Netflix
I don't think
right
Serena
now.
did it for the money. In terms
No, because she is, no. I know that. Because she's already,
Reddit.
She's already fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for her, it was more like, this is who I am. And that's a lot of it. What it is. It's like when I at least, I'm not no damn 5-star athlete and I ain't got Serena money, but where I can relate is, what do you got some at the tip of the tongue? Say it right now.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna wait my comment.
what I can relate to is like you have to hurry up and figure out what you want to do because you want to feel like yourself again. But then you also want to take care of your child because you want for them to still get those nutrients from you.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where she was. It was like,
Do I breastfeed?
Do I breastfeed or do I go back to having to lose a shitload of weight, hurrying up and get there because I want to compete? And
then she was taking it personal when he would give her some instructions. She took it as, wait, are you saying I'm not a hard worker? And she would like snap. She'd be like, 13 titles later, all-star this, like Wheaties box, like all Olympians, all this shit. And she's like, and you're telling me I'm not pushing myself hard enough?
yeah, she was not.
But speaking of what Marisol was talking about, like, females who get pregnant on the job. So, for example, I heard about, it was a female comedian on Joey. No, I'm talking about first name basis. Gave him some weed at the Houston Improv. I think her name was Tammy Pescatelli or something. So I think she said that her comedy career, she had to kind of put it on hold because she was pregnant, and her agent at the time was like, I've never seen a pregnant woman on stage. I don't know about a pregnant woman on stage trying to be funny. Like, there's never been a pregnant stand-up. Now she's like, oh, I see Amy Schumer, Ali Wong. Like, they're all Christina P. They're all doing it. It's not a big deal. She's like, I didn't have that example. And then if you look at like Cardi B, same thing she went through where they told her,
You're not.
Look, or some, I'm sure some people might have told her like, yeah, it's going to be a lot harder. You might want to think about this. Que va a decir Offset.
And she was popping it on stage pregnant.
She was twerking 8 months.
And dropping it.
Dropping it 8 months. Baby was, dropping. But Lauryn Hill, that was a different era when Lauryn Hill got pregnant.
Lauryn Hill was poor girl.
Yeah, they said like, well, if you read into lyrics and stuff, that supposedly they gave her a hard time, like the industry people. Because, record company rule number 80, industry people are shady.
I believe it. Shit.
You know what I'm talking about?
Speaking of music, though, got some new music out.
Yeah, which we got a lot going on. So I don't know if we're gonna do a music video for it. If when am I? The podcast listeners heard it.
Yeah.
So when are we gonna put it on YouTube? When are we gonna all that other stuff? But Chingo de Mayo.
Yeah, starting with Marisol's fingernails.
Yeah.
Well, what
on
can
brand.
I say? It's on brand for sure. I didn't get them as long this time though.
Last time you couldn't type.
Last time I couldn't type.
It's driving you nuts.
Yeah, I couldn't even text either, and it was annoying me. I just said,
Relying on Siri. Siri.
She got them Bad Bunny nails right
I
now.
got Bad Bunny nails right about now. Bad Bunny would be proud of me right now if he saw these. So that's all I got to say. Me and Bad Bunny. If I were a guy, I'd be Bad Bunny.
Pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, I'd be Bad Bunny.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd have his swag. I'd probably be a badass, dope rapper like him. I'd be funky like that.
You already got the fingernails.
I already got the fingernails. I dye my hair different colors like he does.
You already got like 10 racks worth of charms on one wrist.
And that's just how I do it.
And we hear him jingling in the
Hey.
background.
Yeah, right. For people that don't watch the video, must be like, what is that?
Hey,
It's
you
like
know what's
somebody's
fun-
wearing all their jewelry right now. It's probably Chingo the Bling.
Hey, you know what's funny? This girl sends a message. She's like, man, how do you stay put together? And I said, I don't wear makeup throughout the week. 1. 2, this is what my hair looks like all the time, unless I have a wig on or extensions. So, right? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
This is what it looks like all the time. But how I make myself feel better is I wear jewelry. I'm not joking. I wear jewelry and I make sure that my shoes make my workout outfit look cute. That's it. And I feel good.
Feel good about yourself.
I feel
right?
good about
Yeah.
myself. And so the girl's like, jewelry? She was so confused. The person who DM'd me.
Yeah.
She was like, what? Jewelry? I said, accessories are life. Because it doesn't
And then
matter.
she put hashtag I'm the female Quavo.
Quavo! I took a picture. I was doing leg press. I took a picture of my hand. I said, this is me at the gym right now. She goes, no, you're not. I said, I swear I'm at the gym. I said, but I feel cute. I ain't got no makeup on.
Yeah.
My hair looks like shit, but I feel cute. My outfit is not that cute today, but at least I got this jewelry and I feel cute.
This almost makes me feel like this is like a good. I'm gonna sprinkle in some of these questions as
Oh, yeah, good.
chit chatting because it's a hanging with the Blings, but also we have some fan questions.
Sorry.
No, this is for Chingo. What was different about your wife that made you change your playa ways?
Well, I prayed for my baby.
Hey.
I didn't want to miss my blessing. So I prayed
All
to
right,
the
Steve
Lord.
Harvey.
Okay.
No, I really did. I mean, I would pray to the Lord like, Jesus, I don't know what else I got to do as a person. I'm already kind of a good person. I'm kind of a nice person sometimes. Like, what more do I need to do, Lord, so you could bless me? You know, somebody that's thick, fine, loyal. You know what I'm saying? Good with business. You know what I'm talking about? Organized.
Got your
you know,
back.
You know what I'm talking about? Ready to jump in if shit ever hits the fan. Got a good ground and pound game.
Try me.
Where's some ad-libs? Quavo. But yeah, man, you know, I think when you're at that point in your life where you're ready to prioritize real shit, like in terms of like, okay, it's about family, you know, we ain't getting no younger. Meet me at the altar. Yeah, when you're at a point in your life when you like you're ready, I guess, when you like have worked on yourself to the point to where you could even be a candidate considered.
This boy said
such a thick, fine Aztec queen.
Okay.
For an indigenous queen, my Mayan princess. That's really my answer. Is like when you're on this quest for like, okay, you want more significance, like you want more substance, you want the real shit, you know, not what you're in your 20s and you running around and I don't want to get too deep into that because she give me the eye. But well, thankfully I recognized it for what it was.
Recognized real.
You know what I'm talking about? Blessing from the Lord.
Come on, somebody.
All
There
right.
you are. There's your under duress answer.
It's a pretty good answer. Covered all the bases there. Make sure.
Yeah,
I'm within
Yeah.
striking distance, so I
Yeah.
got to watch my mouth.
And I got these charms.
You know what I'm talking about?
They're really things you throw. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Chingo Bling Productions get their AC situated because
It's hot in motherfucker.
You want to turn the fan on?
it might be too loud. I'm all right.
You kind of hear it in the background, but it's not too crazy.
Okay. Well, no, I'll wait a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Just let me know when y'all ready to get y'all's amenities in order.
Comes in with long sleeve shirt.
I know. I'm wearing this little sweater.
And I went and got this because it was cold in here when the
I know.
AC was on.
All right.
Oh my god. Anyway,
So you're out of town. Got San Jose sold out show.
Yes. Thankfully, all the people in the Bay, man. I wish we could have maybe added a show, but it's all good. We sold out one. It's still a big place. It's going to be fun. Shout out to Kingsville and Mathis. We hit all kinds of
Kingsville
towns.
sold out too.
Yeah, towns and cities. One of the shows in Kingsville was sold out.
Nice.
Mathis, they were pretty lit. I think that performance went pretty smooth for the most part. We had to drive 40 minutes for Denny's. We had
Oh
to
my
drive
God,
40
check
minutes
this out.
for a Starbucks.
So
40?
yeah, excuse
About
me.
30, 40, yeah.
All right, 34 minutes. It's still far as fuck. So we my nutritionist gave us a road menu so that we could.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So things that I told her that are easy access to us normally is like a Starbucks, you know what I'm saying? Little places like that. So she kind of gave us things that we could eat there. Well, there's no Starbucks except inside of Texas A&M Kingsville,
Which looked intimidating.
which look like, okay, we can't go in there. They're going to be like, you're
Who the
not,
fuck are you?
yeah, you're not a student.
Where's your pass?
So then we drove those 40 minutes to Corpus to be able to get our meal.
And hit the gym.
Hit the gym, yeah.
I don't want to use the word civilization, because I like small towns as well. Which there's a lot of pros to small towns, but in our case, we needed to get to the gym because Cinco de Mayo was coming up, and hit this menu, which the road menu includes Subway as well. Wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I haven't had Subway in a long time.
And I haven't had Subway. I hadn't had it in years.
Ever since Jared. I don't want to bring that shit up.
Because
but-
he was
Yeah.
a little pedophile.
Yeah, for
Jared.
sure that. And then there was like the, I don't know if it was even true. I never looked it up. The yoga mat type of material in the bread.
And the bread.
You don't remember that?
Was
those
it in the
stories?
bread or like in something else?
No, it was in the bread. Y'all's face is hilarious.
Like Frankenbread? I wonder what they...
I'll look it up.
Well, you know what's crazy? Let me tell you why I don't eat there.
Okay.
One time,
Well, we do now.
well, yeah. One time I went to go eat at a Subway. I kid you not, a freaking roach was coming out of the lettuce. And I'm like looking at the person behind me. I'm like, did you see that? He's like, yeah. I said, peace out. I just go, I tapped the window like this to the girl. I said, and then she just grabbed the little...
Grabbed a little roach.
No, she grabbed her little
Like,
her
"Get
little
over
wipe
here." Put
and
him
he
on a
just
leash.
threw him off like nothing.
Like
I said,
slapped it.
disgusting.
Like, what he was like, that's Rodney. He does that. That's just Rodney being Rodney.
Just Rodney.
I was like, disgusting. I was like,
oh wait,
I
no,
never
that's Daniel.
again.
That's Daniel. Rodney's the little
I'm gonna
one.
honestly say I probably have not had Subway in over 10 years.
Well, my consensus was that their sandwiches were a little uninspired. Like just kind of like, come on, man, you could spice these motherfuckers up a little bit. But we have that on the road menu, so.
So let me just throw this out there, okay? This is from 2014, a couple of years ago.
Fake news.
No, for sure,
clickbait.
for sure, real news. So Subway was called out for using, it's a very long name, so ADA is the chemical. It's found in yoga mats, shoe soles, and synthetic leather. The ingredient is used as a bleaching agent for flour and dough in North
Is it
America.
albumin?
No.
No?
It's
Okay.
azidocarbonate. Even though it's used in the United States, in North America, but even though it's banned in other countries. So, and then it goes on to tell you, is it bad for you? ADA is linked to respiratory issues by the World Health Organization, so on and so forth.
So did they take that shit out?
I never looked into it, so I don't know. They had to have. There's no way they can still make
and
it
let
the
me
same
tell
way.
you something
You'd be
too.
surprised. You'd be surprised.
They probably
Yeah.
did because now that they were in the eye of the public, they probably had to change it, and now it's probably the best time to eat there because they've had to clean up their shit. Just like when you go to a restaurant and it's fucking disgusting, and they've been on the reported for being dirty, then you got to go back after it's been reported because they had to stay up with
But that I don't know about that theory. Like, oh, they got the bad rating. That means they're extra careful.
No. It's only when they're on the news.
Oh, they put them on the
And
news?
the only one that remember Marvin Zindler used to do the
Slime and
ice
ice.
machine. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
when that would happen, it was funny because it'd be like, okay, now you should go eat there because
Marvin Zindler just left.
Well, he just done called you out, and you have to clean up your shit. It's
Marvin
disgusting.
Zindler, Eyewitness News. You know, he has a son named Dan Zindler.
Oh, yeah?
Who runs Soundwaves, the chain store. Well,
I
R.I.P.
thought
They
there's
still around?
There's one
Yeah.
left. There's one left.
On
What?
Montrose.
Yeah, the one that sells like surfer gear or something like that, skater gear or something. But we used to do a lot of business with Soundwaves back in the day, so I had to deal with Marvin Zindler's son.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Were they different from FYE? That was a different store, right?
Yeah. There was FYE was owned by like this Trans America something New York, but yeah, there's a bunch of change. Hastings, FYE, Sam Goody.
The first time I ever heard of Hastings was when I moved to College Station. I was like, "What is this? Y'all's Blockbuster?"
Is that what it is? I don't even know what that is.
It's like a big. It's not a Best Buy. It's like a FYE on steroids.
That's
It's
pretty
like
cool.
a big. It's like one section it can be considered like Barnes and Noble. Another section is kind of like a Spencer's Gifts.
Okay.
And a whole other section is like CDs.
Mine only had books and movies.
Yeah, it was mainly no music.
Uh,
You were bootlegging. You didn't notice.
You know, there's still one Blockbuster that exists in the United States.
what?
I forgot what state it's in, but it's a huge Blockbuster that is apparently like extremely profitable because people go there for a lot of nostalgia. So they'll actually get new releases that are coming out now on, you know, VHS and DVD and games and all that stuff. And people take their kids in there, and the kids that don't know any different are like, "Oh, this is cool, right?" It's cool to them, but it's not.
The old experience.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, we bought this Nintendo retro thing, like the thing from the mall.
Oh, right. The USB
It's got like
thing.
608-bit games.
Yeah.
They're boring as shit. The graphics, it's like
Mickey was like, "What is this?"
hella basic. So we just play Pac-Man on it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then she's like, "I'm gonna play Fortnite. See you later."
Yeah, no.
No, she
don't
likes
have
that Splatoon.
She
game.
used to. We moved, and Nintendo never like. Where's the plug? I don't know. And that was it. She's like, oh look, a ukulele. Now she's into that. Now that's her little toy.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
We'll see.
we'll see how long she'll be
Into
entertained with that. She was into slime forever, and then she told me the other day that she no longer wants to make slime. And I said,
What?
"What?
What?
I have all that
Cold
supply."
turkey?
Yeah, because I bought her all those supplies for Christmas.
Uh-huh.
So she's got gallons of glue. She's got a bunch of
Glitter and stuff.
Shaving cream.
and borax.
Borax.
So I bought all this stuff, glitter,
She's
food
like, I need
coloring.
snow, something.
And I ordered that for her. You know,
It's
I
a-
try to encourage her in
yeah.
whatever she's into.
For sure.
And then when you come over the next time, you're like, yeah, I'm not really into the slime anymore. I said, what? I said, well, you better make a bunch of slime, girl, because
we got to glue some paper.
you better something, because there's glue, there's, all kinds of stuff. That's why sometimes I don't encourage everything she wants to do, because I'm like, okay, well, how long are you going to be into this? Like,
that's why she bought the ukulele with her money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
From her profits from slime?
It's like from her doing chores, and I gave her for Easter. We gave her
it's all that
money.
It's all that book fair money. I know where it's going now.
Oh, yeah?
I'm just kidding. I need money for the book fair.
That might be a good bit, like transitioning from the slime to
it's like, where'd you get money for this? Member of the book fair?
Yeah. We gave her 25 yesterday.
It's like because we encourage.
Wasn't she playing piano too?
Huh?
For a while? Didn't she have a
not
keyboard?
Piano, keyboard. She still has it.
That's like self YouTube tutorial.
Oh, okay, cool.
Stuff.
Just like the ukulele too.
Ukulele.
Ukulele?
That too is self-taught. She's watching
Yeah.
tutorials.
It's
But she is going to be doing acting classes in
Oh,
LA.
yeah,
I
that's
just
right.
enrolled her. I'm so excited for her. She's really shown she's showing interest that she really wants to do it. So I told her, fine, I said, if this is something you really want to do, I'm going to go ahead and do it, because it ain't cheap. So I'm going to need you to really be wanting to do it. And so I said, you're not going to miss a class. I'm just letting you know now. Don't ask me. I don't feel like getting up. Too bad, so sad. You're getting up.
Is it early or what?
It's at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, so that means it's
LA
like she'll be going to
That means we got to get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
So I told her, I said, you're going to be going to class. So anyway, she's super excited about it. I'm excited for her. They actually give her a script. She's got to study it during the week. She gets to practice like auditioning in front of a camera, the process of auditioning for things. So it's like a legit. So basically, I was able to enroll her in a program that starts for kids who are going to do the 6-month course. But because we're only there for a month, she's doing just the month. Most acting camps start in July, like summer. So we're not there in the summer. We're there in June. So they were nice enough to work this out with us. So
That's cool.
Shout out to the playground.
Hey, darling, they ain't shit. Did we get a discount? Then
We
ain't no shout out.
did.
How we get a discount?
Because we're not there the whole time. So he just kind of gave us
Well,
this
we're
little
paying
prize.
for what we're getting.
Yeah, we are.
No shout out.
No soup for you.
And then she'll be doing dance too while she's out there.
Oh, both? I thought it was either or.
No,
Cool.
I need her to stay occupied. It's summertime.
Because it's going to be you and Penny there, right?
What's all of us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm saying while she's at class, it's you need just some time for you two to get everything in.
Yeah, well, her classes for dance aren't until the evening,
Oh.
so we still have to find things for her to do like during the day.
And we're renting a car, and I'm trying to. I'm gonna have a lot of rehearsal, a lot of rehearsing, and my own classes.
Oh, yeah?
So
He's enrolled.
and we're renting one car.
I
I'm
enrolled
trying to figure out-
my son in his classes and my daughter in her
yeah,
classes.
she's got all her babies in classes.
All my babies are in classes except for Penny. She's in nothing yet.
Nothing, just being a bum.
Just
to-
being Penny.
Back to one car, just making it around town
Yeah,
We survived
for a minute.
for almost a year with just one vehicle. Not because we couldn't afford a second vehicle, but because we were trying to make shit happen,
we
which
were spending
we did.
more on Uber.
And then it was kind of like, we can't do this anymore. I said, I'm ready for a car.
Yeah, we were together so much, when your woman is in love with you.
Yeah, she can't even sleep without you by her side.
Pretty
I
much.
can't. It's true. I'll even tell you. All right, you gonna come to bed
Because I can't eat, I can't sleep without you.
I can't go to sleep. So
She's like, I can't breathe without you.
hey,
Oh, my goodness.
Rob's like, I really have to sit through this shit.
So, how about the Avengers, huh? Breaking all kinds of box office records.
I haven't seen that. I heard you got to watch like all 15 movies in order to be caught up. Like all the Black Panthers.
Are you a fan?
Absolutely. I already saw it.
Of course you would.
Yeah, of
But
course
you
I
got to
would.
see.
I grew up with that.
But you've always seen you've seen all of them. So all Ant-Man, all that
I
shit.
honestly saw Ant-Man last week. I saw Black Panther like way after it came out. But I'm pretty caught up on all of them. Just didn't see Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, are you into those anybody in the comic movies? No? Okay, well.
No.
Fuck me, right? Whatever.
Actually, I enjoyed Deadpool.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Deadpool was great.
I think Deadpool was well done. Both parts, pretty much. I think it was very interesting, engaging. They took a lot of risks. It wasn't just, you know, if you don't know the comic book and you're not into CGI, you're gonna be lost. It
That
was
might have
like,
been.
there's jokes.
That's
and
the
there's-
best movie of all of them.
My uncle, who passed away, he was big time into comic books. I'm talking about like he had them still in the plastic bag, like
What?
because they were like Superman ones
Yeah,
that were
yeah.
like
super valuable.
yeah. And so then there were he would go until he'd find the one that he was missing, and it was like back then there wasn't Google or any of
That's
that.
where you got that collector gene from.
And so it was kind of like, you know, he'd go crazy trying to find it. It's like
Yeah.
anyway, it was just like the comic store knew him and everything. So anyway, when he passed away, he kept collected all his Transformers too. And then do you remember that game King Kong?
Yeah.
The little-
Donkey Kong.
No,
Or
it was
King
like
Kong?
King. I think it was King Kong.
Okay.
Donkey Kong was a game though. Was it arcade?
It was a miniature
Probably.
arcade.
It might have been Donkey Kong.
Okay,
But-
where it looked
but
like
we could just call it King Kong.
yeah,
That's fine.
whatever, it was something. It's like this little miniature arcade thing, and he kept it from back in the
It
days.
had
I
a
don't
thingy
know.
stick,
Goes like,
joystick.
for the sake of the story, call it whatever you want.
Yeah. It had a thingy stick, like a joystick. No, I don't think
Maybe.
they call it a joystick. Yeah, fan.
Um,
But earlier,
but yeah, he kept it. He kept all that cool stuff. He had no idea what it was. To him, it was like
Yeah.
Oh, the little,
whatever.
the
His
little
son
boy,
was
yeah.
like, okay, what is this? And his aunt, and his mom was like, you need to not like wait until you're older to even like know what this is. So he's got it put up, but it's pretty cool that he has some unique items that my uncle left behind. So it's pretty cool.
And all that is like in demand right now.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Vintage, nostalgia. Speaking of LA in June, Irvine Improv. What else we're doing?
Ontario,
Ontario Improv.
Hollywood.
Hollywood Improv.
San Diego.
San Diego American Comedy Club.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Tickets at chingobling.com.
Maybe
There's a possibility of adding something in the Montebello area,
area.
but
Yeah.
we don't know. I don't want to oversaturate. I don't want my Cali people getting tired of me. Like, yeah, wait, vete, wait.
Dang, you've been here the whole month. We've seen you already. Go home.
He like lives here now. Fuck that.
They probably most of them thought you're from there. A lot of people, I'm sure, think you're from there.
Nah. I think I make it pretty clear.
Well, a lot of people always think that you're in LA.
Some
though,
people that
for
don't
some
know.
reason.
That don't know, don't be knowing. They knew,
Mm.
you know, because when they see A-level performance level, they're like, man, you must be in the belly of the beast. Like, you must be over there with all the agents. You must be where Netflix is at. They don't know we out the H.
What are you looking forward to the most for the festival?
Oh, the festival, Chingo de Mayo. I'm looking forward to just meeting everybody and shaking everybody's hand and making sure, because, you know, it's from 11 to 6. So, you know, I can't be at a 10 crunk the entire time. I'm going to have to pace myself, make sure I, you know, meet everybody, have some good Eighth Wonder hydration.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about, ticket sales are doing so well that I'm curious if we're going to add another food truck, because that might not be enough food trucks for that amount of people. Mental note.
You're right. I didn't even think about
Because
that.
I think right now we have La Macro, Itsy Boys, some churro people. I want to say Waffle Bus.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I see Sauce Kitchen always has a line. They might be good. I don't know.
Is that what's down here on Alabama?
It's on Emancipation usually.
In Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always see a line. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
And we pulled this off, guys, in a very little time.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was thinking about that because the people have been going crazy for the Michelada contest, but like some of them have not been following instructions of like email versus DMing, you know, team names and, you know, proof of admission and all that. So I'm like going back and forth, making sure I didn't miss anybody. So I'm sure later, because I sent the email out this morning, but I'm sure people will be like, hey,
I see things coming in still. I haven't received anything.
Yeah. So then I have to go back individually, like, well, did you email us? But everyone's just so excited. They're like, we just want Sunday to be here already. I'm like, all right, well, I understand.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's going to be so much fun because we have such good, the vibes of the artists who are coming are all kind of like on the same vibe. So they're all like cool music.
Yeah.
One. And then two, you know, it's just like the first annual Chingo de Mayo Fest. It's like, that's what's exciting about it. It's the first one.
Yeah. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty major.
And, you know, thank you to all those who are coming out.
Yeah. So I'm anxious also to share the hotel hookup, not hookup, but the hotel that are they going to give a discount to out of town people?
Yes. So it's just a link. So
Like a
we'll put it on probably on the
Festival website.
You can on the festival website, but I was thinking more on the page, on the Instagram page, as one of the highlights, and then they can just click it and swipe up. Rooms are limited. So there's, I guess, other events happening here also to where there's not a lot of rooms available. So limited quantity. So make sure
Yeah,
you...
Houston's a hell of a city. So come check us out. Shout out to Eighth Wonder Brewery. And all the contestants for the Grito contest, Michelada contest. I still have to post my Grito.
And we're going to announce judges. So we need to announce all the judges who will be participating also. So there's a lot of last minute things to do. Check out what this schedule looks like for this week. Fly out to San Jose, come back. Chingo rehearses for his Saturday performance at the Dynamo game, right?
Music show. So the way you're having a cross-reference email list, I'm cross-referencing like songs. Like, okay, how does that song go again?
And preparing all the merch so that it's ready for Sunday. Saturday is the performance, and then as soon as he's done with the performance, it's
Chingo de Mayo.
It's
time.
what do we have left to do for Chingo de Mayo?
Go decorate.
Well, I think we're doing that Sunday morning. Yeah. And I'm thinking we need to be there as early as probably no late, like 7:30. I was thinking 8, but I think we need to do is the minute that they said we can open.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell by Chingo's yawn. He's like, man, I'm already feeling the
doors open at 11. Yeah, man, because you know, when you're used to doing, when you think you're getting a rhythm on like, oh, there's a set way we do our tour. There's a set way that we prepare for these things. There's like little curveballs, either self-inflicted, kind of like, hey, I want to have a festival for the city. It's like, oh, well, that's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, yeah, I'll agree to do this music thing for the Dynamo. It's like, okay, you're going to have to rehearse and prepare and get all that in order. That's going to be fun too. And even somebody just inquiring about like a tour date or something where it's like, we normally don't even use promoters. Well, they really demanding an estimate, right? So we're like, okay, now we have to do some math. How many seats? Average ticket price, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Which that's something I need to talk to you about because I was actually on the phone with him for a minute. And that's why I was coming in saying
she's like, I want to bring it in. I want to bring it up on the air.
No, yeah, right? no, I'm not. No way.
She's like, I could have told you the whole time.
No, but it's funny because what I was saying is usually when you're a female, males underestimate you, and it was like I think that sometimes people think, oh,
they thought you were a little assistant.
Yeah, like what does she possibly know? And I was like,
so he had to like dumb it down. Like mansplain it, like, well, you see in the entertainment industry, Marisol, is that your name? Can I call you that?
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
Marisol?
Yeah.
Is that your first or last name?
Yeah.
Because I used to get that. Marisol, really? Is that your first or your last name? My first name.
They're like, damn.
Boy,
Marisol Martinez. Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Well, we'll put a pin in that story.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that story. But yeah, that's why I came in the door and saying that. I'm like,
fan questions.
Why do men always think? Yeah.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to hear this. Fan questions.
Collabs. There was a specific one, which we don't have to shout out specific collabs, but how do you feel about collabs, and do you think you'll be doing any collaborations with any content creators? Just in general.
Content creators. Yeah, it depends. Depends on who's down and what type of collab it is.
Well, we've got some stuff that we've talked about where you collab with the comedians we work with already. Okay. Where we've talked about some stuff that we want to make happen.
So you're talking about content?
Yeah, just talking about
videos?
like funny, like other funny, like for instance, YouTubers or big Instagram channels to do funny sketches and such.
Instagram channels. Yeah, sometimes sometimes it's tricky. There's been like a few ideas thrown around, but sometimes it gets a little, because I've been telling Sora like lately, it feels like 80% of my job is all admin. It feels like tonight I'm gonna have to literally make myself try and go to some type of open mic. If not, tomorrow is San Jose, and I'm just hey, I haven't been on stage since Mathis, which hasn't been that long, but
I posted a meme the other day that says I'm no longer going to complain anymore. I'm just going to say I get to.
Oh yeah, I love that.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm just everything that's going on. So I've just every time I feel like I want to say something that sounds complaining,
I get to rehearse.
I
get
get
to
to
search up files.
I get to
files.
and that's the thing because at the at the end of the day, after you say that I get to, there's a good end result to be because you're working towards whatever the goal is.
Right.
So that's why
And that's why I married her, because she'd be correcting me on the slick.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to say I get to. So what was I complaining about? What was it exactly?
that you're gonna make yourself go to a
Oh
comedy
yeah.
show.
So what I was complaining about is I get to have all this admin work.
Yeah.
I get to have my job be 80% admin. Like, where does the creative part come in? Like, I had to sneak in a call with one of my comedy friends. I had to sneak it in, which, you know, podcasting is great, though. I get to podcast.
No, I try to be positive about it because trust me, I feel the same way 99% of the time because I was telling him, I'm like,
It's like
I don't
it
feel
feels like I have a day job.
like I told him, I said, I don't feel like I've done anything creative in a minute.
In a while.
Like nothing.
If you look at my YouTube,
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, I don't feel like I've done anything creative. Like, I don't know the last time I posted a video on YouTube. I don't think I've done anything that has to do with making myself be creative. And he's like, because we've been doing admin work.
All
I said, yeah.
admin.
And usually, for some reason, every time I'm working out, that's when my ideas come in. And then it's like I just jot them down because then I remember that I've got all this admin work I need to do. So this creative idea may just need to be put to the end, you know?
until you could properly execute.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm anxious to chop up the clips from the Cantor Portasol, which is streaming now, and sprinkle that across the web, you know, YouTube. And I think we're going to drop the next clip here
Tomorrow.
pretty soon. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And once we get San Jose out the way, I want to start pushing, of course, Tampa, Orlando.
And that's it.
What's next after that? All my
Nothing.
Cali stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then it's LA.
And then you'd be real creative.
We have 30 days. Good thing everything is done. Like
the Airbnb.
Airbnb is done. He's enrolled in his classes. Mickey's enrolled in her classes. The
My
only thing
daycare is lined up.
so that's it. The only thing I want to do is actually find like a little school for Penny to go to. And I really just I'm so weird about those. I only want her to go like 2 times a week, if at that. But I don't know. I'm just weird about like
Just other people watching your kid?
just like I don't want your little bad vibes or bad teachings to be taught to
It
my
sounded like
child.
she wanted to say germs.
Yeah.
No.
With your little vibes.
You know, school's just there's 23 kids to a teacher. So it's like
If you're lucky.
so what are you going to like teach my child that I probably can't really teach them at home type of thing?
Speaking of kids in daycares and stuff like that, I was hearing this report about the measles coming back and like vaccinations and all that. And it talked about like a study that came out that said vaccinations can lead to autism. Supposedly that study it got debunked later. Like the dude was supposedly getting paid, like the scientist was getting paid to make it seem that way. And then Jenny McCarthy from MTV's Singled Out, she like wrote a book and made that her mission, and she wasn't trying to hear nothing else. And it's scary as as parents, because we did our own little research, and then you start to read about like, well, if they're too little and the vaccines are made different, and they're getting paid for this. But now we're seeing with the measles, and what's messed up is they broke it down how it's making a resurgence.
But did you see the latest report that I just sent you via DM?
What was it?
So basically, it's like you can't believe everything you read on the internet
Oh, yeah.
because I obviously follow people who are against vaccinations, and so basically one of them was photoshopped. None of the information was legit. Like it was not true.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like
Yeah, but
it's like
where did that air? That clip, that meme, that picture.
New York.
Yeah. Well, we don't know. We didn't see that shit run with our 2 eyes. But what I did want to bring up was they're tracing it back. Supposedly in the Ukraine or something, like a measles case popped up, and a whole bunch of like Hasidic Jews were taking a trip to like Israel to to go visit family, and then a lot of I think they'd go to the Ukraine or something. Anyway, these folks that live like in Brooklyn scooped up the measles out in out there like Israel and the Ukraine, came back, it starts spreading, and the messed up thing is it's putting people getting like a lot of, not racism, but like prejudice, like people mistreating some of these Orthodox Jews from like Brooklyn. They're like making little comments on the bus, like people being ignorant, right? Like on the subway, like, oh, don't sit over there. You know, they don't vaccinate, this, that, and the other. And they're saying it's becoming like a little bit of a problem with people not, you know, vaccinating and shit. Who knows? I don't know.
Damn.
It's like it's so much misinformation.
Yeah.
But but they were saying that there's certain things about that community and how, like, customs, how they're just kind of like, for instance, they got hit up with pamphlets about, I think, not vaccinating or vaccinating, but it was like in Yiddish and Hebrew, like really targeting this like tightly knit community and just some of their customs and stuff, to where they were able to, you know, I can relate to that because you see it like a lot in the Latin community where you'll see how certain businesses, like it could be like a used car place, how you know they're targeting raza or paisas, like no necesita papeles, que su crédito, su trabajo, su crédito, and like there's you know when people getting targeted.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought it was interesting.
That is interesting because I wasn't going to vaccinate Penny at first, and then until I heard about the Dr. Sears method, then I decided to go with that. But I get asked that a lot on Tip Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like, do you vaccinate your child?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I should vaccinate mine. And I always just tell them, like, I think it's a parent's choice. So I don't want to, like, say, don't vaccinate. You know what I'm saying? So I just say it's a parent's choice. I said, look up the Dr. Sears method. That's what we're following. And maybe you might want to do that.
Yeah, I think I heard it on, it might have been like The Daily or one of those. I stumbled across some good ones, man. Planet Money.
Oh, I like Planet Money. Yeah,
you
I
heard
like
that
it.
shit?
Yeah.
Planet Money.
I used to read the articles.
So,
Is it a
Planet
podcast?
Money,
Or?
they have another one, too. Let me tell you which one it is.
Podcast?
Yes, the episode I heard today, they were talking about certain underserved communities that are like a food desert because all you see is liquor stores and churches, and you don't see grocery stores. So people have access to like all this fried junk. And here's what it was mainly about: 99-cent stores, the Dollar Generals, and all the 99-cent stores. They're coming in like an army. They're like posting up across the street from each other, and what they're doing is they're driving out grocery store competitors in the hoods. So, but they're getting you like this. Several ways. It's super interesting, man. Several ways. So, like, let's say they interviewed a guy who runs a grocery store in the community, right? So it was about North Tulsa specifically, and they showed a grocery store. He's like, "Look, I have to buy these cans of Campbell soup from my distributor at X amount of price. I walk into the Dollar General to walk around and price check. He's like, they're giving away a can that's twice as big for less money, 99 cents. He's having to call his distributor and the rep, and they're like, oh, well, these dollar stores order so much from Campbell's that this is a size we specifically make just for them. And so they're hurting the grocery stores. And then some of the ways they get you is, it might be $1, but if you look at like the price per ounce or price per serving or whatever, they gave you less. But it's $1, so people see the dollar.
100%, yeah.
And so long story short, this lady was like lobbying, and she's trying to like pass a law to where, hey, can we stop some of these 99-cent stores from posting up because there's no grocery store? And she had to take notes from rich communities that find a way to keep out and put restrictions on chain stores. So she had to go about it that route. And they were having a community meeting, and the lady said, all right, before I give y'all my vote, she was one of the people that was voting. She's like, before I give you my vote, don't start throwing tomatoes at me. And then someone said, they don't have tomatoes. All they have is cans.
Damn.
Like, bitch, ain't no grocery store. Oh.
Dawn's sister, this funny quick story. We were, I think they were like at Hobby Lobby. She was telling me the story, and she wanted to go out of her way to like $1, whatever, general or something for Q-tip, ear tips, right? She's like, we're next to Target. Let's just fucking go to Target, right? And she's like, no. So while she was like looking around in Hobby Lobby, whatever, Dawn goes and walks next door, gets like a 300 count for like $2.50. Comes back. All right, we got the Q-tip. She's like, but I want to get the dollar store. They go to the dollar store anyway. And she gets it, I think. This is how it went. And it was like $1, but it was only like 70 Q-tips in there versus 300 for like 2 and some change. You're like,
if you do the math,
all those things are like that.
So I'm so fascinated by this shit, bro. That like, who came up with this scheme? Like, it's just a like junk. I don't know. I mean, I go to Dollar General. Family Dollar.
The next one next to my mom's shop is called King Dollar, and they've got everything you can think of, from underwear, bras, socks,
China,
everything.
Bras, you know
China.
how expensive bras are.
And they have like things for your car, any type of Tupperware.
Chargers.
Tupperware. Listen, those Tupperware I was paying money for for like that go inside my little backpack.
Yeah,
they had them there. I mean, they didn't say 6-pack six pack on it, but they were like the same size, same thing. I was like, wait, these are $1. So they have that, decorations for any holiday that you can think of,
clothes,
earrings. It's that fake lashes, and they're human hair on top of that. They're not even like the cheap kind.
Somebody had to get plucked.
It was probably a dead person.
So the biggest issue, the biggest beef about it was their particular system. It doesn't allow for milk and groceries and produce and stuff like that, because we'd rather have less employees babysitting processed food, your can of mac and cheese, boxes of stuff, cereals and junk, versus a few more employees and actually have vegetables and stuff. So the community was having to go all the way to South Tulsa just to get fresh.
But the 99-cent store, right, the one that's got like the purple color, they actually have milk, produce there. I wouldn't go there. I'd feel like it's expired.
Isn't it? But that's where my mind goes too. Like, I wouldn't get my produce and
me either.
Meat and
some
food.
people don't have a choice, because if it's like, look, it's either going to be McDonald's or we're going to go to the nearest thing.
Which is
Otherwise,
great for people
buses.
who don't have the money and are on a budget. I'm sure that works great for them. Right? I mean, getting their stuff at the 99-cent store?
It depends, because now you're limiting yourself to like processed stuff. So in the long run, how much diabetes costs?
That's true.
Right. But isn't it crazy?
Blood pressure.
You can go to Salada and get a salad, take it out however you want, and it's like $15. But you can go to fucking Wendy's and you get like 4 things off the menu, and it's
I never
$4.
understood why healthy food was more expensive than processed food. If it takes more to make a processed food than it does just to go.
Not if you're putting filler. It's all cut. It's like the dope game. So it's all stepped on. It ain't like organic. It ain't like babysat and pure.
And the shelf life of all that stuff isn't that long.
Or just read the ingredients. They mixing it in. It's like, so it's all mashed potato. It's a potato in there.
A lot of it.
It's a potato in there.
Look.
Speaking of potatoes, random, I saw this huge giant potato in some state that they turned into a hotel room. Such a big potato that they turned into a room.
Excuse me. What?
Is it like the size of this room?
Yeah, it's legit. It's a potato.
And they dug it out?
They dug it out, made it into a room.
Whose idea was like,
but
all right, bro,
doesn't it smell like potato in there?
That might be like an Airbnb. I don't know.
How long does it last? Like, just put some lemon on that.
Potato starts to get...
Potatoes.
They're like, excuse me, y'all. We just got to come rub some lemon on the side of your potato
walls.
wall. Here goes some... If y'all get hungry, just rip a piece out the wall. Au gratin. Get some cheese from over there.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it. But anyway, random.
That was very
thoughts,
random.
Yeah.
Okay.
A potato house. Can you imagine that somebody was like, this is what we going to do, bro. We going to grow the biggest potato. We going to dig that bitch out. We going to make a house.
You know what I'm saying?
And we going to rent that hoe.
Business.
Fan questions.
Mama Bling videos.
What about Mama
People are
Bling?
asking for Mama Bling. Where's she at?
She's
Why
on
been
Instagram.
hiding?
Mama Bling is on Instagram.
Mama Bling started her own social media.
Mama Bling.
Follow her at Mama Bling.
Mama Bling is an open book. She just vlogging.
Is she really?
She just posts all kind of stuff. It ticks my sisters off. They're just like, oh, did you see what Mom posted? It's like,
sometimes some of the stuff I can see why I can side with them for some of the stuff.
She's not very tech savvy, so her way is just keep the iPad on me at all times. Get one of the grandkids to like film some shit. So she's not that good at like, editing out certain stuff.
Yeah.
Or sometimes with the captions, she says, look, some stuff that's like, okay, Mom, why did you have to, But that's how it is, man. And, you know,
Now we
I
know
get a lot of that
we're
my
friends.
stuff from her.
Yeah,
We
that's what I
know
was
where a
gonna
lot of this
say.
stuff comes from. You know, 80% admin, 20% creativity.
Maybe it just feels that way right now. It's 'cause so
It
many
does.
things
We've
are
been
going on.
overwhelmed. That's it. I think
Yeah.
after May 5th, we'll be fine. We'll be back to
Yeah.
having a more.
I get to do comedy.
No, for
I
sure.
get to do music, and I get to have a festival. But it feels like somebody just threw like three tennis balls at you at once. It's like, catch them hoes.
Catch them and
Oh,
juggle
shit.
them. Catch 'em
Wait,
and-
what
yeah.
song is that? Fuck, I messed that joke up.
Mhm.
I gotta promote this festival.
Yeah, I can kind of know what you're talking about. Just in I mean, my admin parts of that is minute compared to what you guys are doing, but I have the same feeling where I'm like, I'm ready to have been cutting up this hour a long time ago, crank that out. What are we gonna do with IGTV and the YouTube channel and
It's a
Facebook
lot.
and stuff? But we haven't been able to get there yet.
Yeah, it's online. A big release for the online store.
Yeah, the online store, the merch and such.
Her way.
Yeah,
A whole bunch
Her
of stuff.
way is way on the back.
like pe-
I got it
Her
started,
way
and then
over there.
I don't know.
somebody commented it. Marisol's reaction to
She's
you
like-
cut me out of the song.
She's like, I thought we were a team.
I know. I thought we were too. I was like, wait, why'd you waste my time then? Because I could have had a lot of other shit to
But
do.
you did help me refix the verses up a little bit. She helped me tighten up the verses.
We had to remix it.
We had to remix you out.
Oh.
We had to just lower your parts real
Although,
low.
like Mickey, it was like she's hilarious because she always tells me, she's like, yeah, you help Daddy a lot, and I was like, I do. She's like, yeah. She's like, you're creative. She's like, you're organized. She's like, you take care of me. You take care of Penny. She like lists all the things that I'm good at, and then it's just like makes a shitty day just feel so much better.
You
It's
make
like,
my
all right,
lunch,
you make
me breakfast, you make my chongo. That's why it's like, okay, we got to get her more independent. Like, we're gonna buy you an alarm clock.
I told her I'm buying her an alarm clock because I think it's her responsibility to wake herself up. Obviously, we're going to get up too,
Yeah.
But I think it's her response. She's about to be in the sixth grade,
start getting
you
in the
know?
habit.
So she needs to just kind of wake up.
Self-reliant.
You know, she puts her clothes out at night, which, that's part of her routine. But I want her to learn how to do her own hair too. So I've been teaching her how to kind of like do her own hair so that she can start getting the hang of it. I think over the summer we'll practice on it so that she can get better at it. She's super duper picky, so if you do it yourself, then
Yeah.
yeah,
Who you
there
gonna be
you
mad
go.
at? Going back to the kids thing and the daycare and putting Penny
Mm-hmm.
in a class and whatever like that, I found it really weird too when we started having the twins for long periods of time and had to like not take time off. She couldn't take time off, whatever. Putting them in camps and daycares, and I'd get there and we drop them off, and then they were like 3, 4. They're about to be 5, but even then you're like, all these fucking kids running around and shit. Your mind just goes all kinds of different places because they have like 4 instructors and they break them up into groups of like 20.
You're sitting there like, how easy would it be to steal a kid right now?
No shit. Seriously, yeah.
That's fucked up. You start thinking of ways like, look, there's a side door right there.
When Mickey
just need a
goes to that-
diversion over here. Ice cream.
Listen, when Mickey goes to dance class, we don't leave. We
Yeah.
sit outside.
Really?
I sit outside. I'm watching. When the
Yeah,
only
'cause
one,
all it takes is one little water break.
yeah. And so same thing whenever she did gymnastics. Well, we had to stay because it was so far because she was taking privates, but we'd stay there too. I think the only one we've left from is from Break Free, and it's just because it's
Oh, the dance.
it's
Yeah.
they've got a bunch of kids and they've got a shitload of staff, and we know the folks there, so I guess
Yeah.
it feels a little bit more like, oh, okay, they wouldn't let shit happen.
Yeah, it is just weird because you're like, what can they teach my kid that I can't teach them? Like, are y'all going to want to do any kind of private school in the future if possible, or would you rather just be like off to the public school?
What do you mean, Penny?
Yeah.
I'm considering homeschool.
She's considering homeschool.
Oh, homeschool. That's what I meant too. Homeschool,
Yeah.
private school, public.
I'm considering homeschool. I've done some research on it, and so
And
it's,
that's going to be a bit.
and it's evolving, and it's a lot more. There's a lot more people involved. There's actually moms who are like assigned, for example, if it's like a science, whatever the lesson in the science is, if it requires for them to be able to go on a field trip, there's actually a mom who will be responsible for like setting up all the field trips for the year. But you've got to be a part of this. So they do it, I
Mom
guess,
clique.
in mom crew, but they do it based on age groups too, because obviously you can't be part of a mom group that's got 12-year-olds and yours is 9 months. You know what I'm saying? So I've already kind of looked into it. It's pretty cool. I follow some. I'm on some Facebook groups, and I just joined just to kind of see what they help each other. They support each other. I mean, they have meetups to hang out with each. So playground, like playtime, is at a park. It's not just at, it's not recess here for 10 minutes. Because I think Mickey said, well, she doesn't get recess anymore, and she's in 5th grade. I remember having recess when I was in 5th grade.
Yeah, for sure.
Didn't you?
I believe so.
And so she doesn't get recess anymore. It stopped at 4th grade. And even then, it was 15 minutes.
They say
a 15-minute break, that's like you're working.
They say recess is like really good for kids.
It's so important to have that.
Yeah.
Get the mind stimulated before you go and sit down for
another
5
5 hours. Exactly. And people don't understand that. It's just like...
HISD trying to get that money.
I mean, we encourage Mickey to do everything. I encourage her to, if you don't agree with something, then you need to speak out and be like, I don't agree with it. I mean, I was sort of like, make a valid point. You know what I'm saying? Don't just like, I don't agree with it type of thing,
Right.
But I don't want her to be like a kid sitting in class, just whatever my teacher says when she ain't.
If the teacher's wrong, tell them.
Tell her wrong.
Yeah. These teachers are like, fuck.
Yeah, they're on to us, sir.
Yeah.
Stop empowering these kids, man. To speak up. They're bad.
Well, Mickey's smart though, so.
She is. Where can we get the song we heard on the box?
Oh, that one. We just got to finish it up a little bit. It'll probably be like on iTunes and all that pretty soon.
Pretty soon?
All the pretty soon. It's just we just got to finish it, and it's a
Let's
collab.
just say after Cinco de Mayo, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but it's a collab with Gracie and her crew.
Mm-hmm.
So the Tortillana thing. So we got to do a little bit of paperwork and get on the same page.
Gotcha. Any plans for a full-length new rap album?
Man, I'm cooking.
Cooking.
I'm cooking slowly. With this 80% admin.
I get to record when I can.
Yeah, I get to when I can. My buddy in LA has a studio, so we'll see.
June is also going to be a time for being productive. So hopefully we get a lot of stuff out of there. We get inspired.
Yeah, just creative planning.
Biggest plans for the second half of the year?
Biggest plans for the second half. I think I want to. I don't know if it's an exact day, but this material. There's a couple little kinks I want to work out or whatever, but sooner than later, man, I'm gonna have to set it free because I'm talking about, childbirth, Netflix, like life after Netflix, and pretty soon it's gonna be like, all right, dude, Netflix was like several years ago, and your kid is like walking around or whatever, right? It's not.
Yeah, because Penny is 9 months now.
She's 9 months, so anyway, like, let's just pretend we were to film and produce this. We'll just call it a special. When are we done? November?
End of October.
We're done end of October. I don't know. It's an idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is like an early 2020 film, knock it out, maybe, or late this year, and then just already have my ideas in order for what the next year is going to bring. And I was listening to Sebastian Maniscalco's audiobook. So part of me is like, it's a new age. It's all about YouTube. Like, just film it, chop it up, and throw it out everywhere. Like, put it everywhere. And then I was like, or B. I don't know. I was like, it's give or take, dealing with like like having a, it just feels like more hoops to jump through. Like, oh, well, maybe we can pitch it to Netflix, pitch it to somebody. But then part of me is like, maybe I don't want all their input. In terms of like, no, you have to have a blue curtain, and then you have to do it at this theater. And it's like, well, what if I want to do a club and the curtain is a different color and there is no curtain? And, anyway, I get to.
That's a lot. That's a lot for the second half of the year.
Yeah, it's an option.
Well, July, we already start planning for 2020. It takes that long to kind of get prepared and get things ready. Luckily, though, it's pretty dope. We've got 2020 dates already in the works.
You may want to add Chicago to that 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually one of the questions. Did you forget about Chicago?
No, we're going to be there. It's a long story, but we'll be there next year.
Cool.
For a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just need to work on it, but it'll happen. It just wasn't in the cards for this year.
And when I talk about You know, we just had a baby. The baby might be grown by then. You know, but don't worry, Chicago. We come.
Yeah.
That's that.
Oh, because you haven't taken this material to Chicago.
Maybe in its infant stages, like as it was being built up.
Oh. The cool part is at the beginning of the year, the cities you're hitting, you haven't hit with this material. You've not been there, so
Oh, that's cool.
that's kind of cool.
But there's a lot. There's a bunch of them, man. Like Detroit and Vegas.
So the goal, I guess, to answer that
Atlanta.
question, a lot of
Atlanta.
the things that we're trying to do for the first half of 2020, not necessarily the second half of this year, because we pretty much have it planned out. Tour dates are until October. Is hit the first half of the year. We'd like to try to hit as many cities that we've not hit in 2019 and possibly maybe 2018 that are smaller markets, but fans have been asking, and you know, we haven't been able to make it out there.
I want to get it to the point to where we have like an A list and a B list, like a rotation of, not that B is smaller towns or anything like that, but let's just say A list, pretend, is what we're doing this year, like San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, McAllen, you know, all the Southern Cali. Next year could be B-list. It's like Chicago, Atlanta, Vegas, hopefully Seattle.
Atlanta's in the works too.
But there's so many markets, and I want to get my comedy to the point to where if you speak English, I can go, and eventually if you speak Spanish, I can go.
I'm hoping that that's something that he gets to do in June when you're out in LA. I hope that you try to do one, even if it's a little 5-minute set that we actually translate in Spanish. I think it'd be dope if he because he's been wanting to do it, and it just the opportunity hasn't arrived. And maybe since you're out there in June, it's something that you could consider trying.
Yeah, I think Trejo, me and Trejo spoke about it. He does his, I think it's a monthly, his Spanish show, and he was like, yeah, just give me a heads up or something.
Cool.
And then Midnight works with some people in Dallas that do Spanish. So,
and then who knows? Maybe
Mexico
we'll bring the
City.
Spanish here. We can try to do the Spanish scene here for comics who are interested, and
fuck around, be a promoter, and bring somebody in this
you know what I'm
bitch.
saying?
But like, look, if you're dope at comedy in English and it's like relatable, how many countries speak English? I mean, not only just your Australias and your Great Britain and South Africa and shit like that. Cabrón, Chingo being South Africa.
International.
A little piece of, they say he's like Tex-Mex. I don't know. They say he's like Mexican. I don't know. Was it like enchilada? I don't know.
Guacamole.
But then there's a whole bunch of other countries.
We love guacamole.
Yeah, and then there's other countries where English might not be the main language, but they totally all understand it. And then don't even begin Spanish. Spanish, I'll fuck around, be out there in El Salvador and motherfucking Mexico City.
Chilling with the Aztecs.
I mean, I think
Spain.
there was last night when I was in the shower, babe. An idea
desde
came.
los Estados Unidos queremos presentarle un muchacho de Tex-Mex. Es como del área de Texas.
La
de los Estados
presentamos
Unidos.
esta noche
Es un comediante muy impactante.
desde Houston.
That's our Spaniard.
Yeah, I'm like, who?
People from Spain. You never heard of the
who
Spain?
did I not
people
meet?
from Spain, bro. You
Okay.
You never
All
heard the little list from people from Spain?
No, I'm like,
Yeah.
I've met most people around these two.
But people
Who
from
did I
Spain,
miss?
though, bro.
Okay, all right.
You never heard of a Spain accent?
That's funny. I got an idea. I'm not going to say it on the over the thing, but when I was in the shower last night, I think
Okay. What happened?
it's with comedy though. But I thought about it because
Listeners gonna be like, give us blue balls over here. It's gonna be like, I got an idea, but I can't say it on the air.
It's really fun.
no, I was just saying. You know how like we went to China and there was like the comedy that was happening there, right? And then majority of the people that were there were like Latinos, like that did comedy, that were there for work, right?
The main guy. The
Yeah,
host,
and no, the three comics were two were Argentinian, and one was from Spain,
Oh,
but he
okay.
was there, and then the host,
The host was from like.
and then
Cali.
there was like two other guys that went up there that were, I don't know where they were from like
Britain or
or
something.
something like that. But anyway, my thing is that how many people who are expats who go to another country aren't yearning for Latino events?
Yeah, depend. Like Franco Escamilla, the comedian from Monterrey, super funny. He even did Spanish comedy like Paris. I forget all the countries, and and it'd be like a small room, but still, he'd
But
have.
who cares?
Yeah, he'd
It's
have like
like
100
cool.
people in Paris, like basically all the people from that were like Mexican.
I didn't know that he had done that. That's
Yeah,
pretty dope.
one of his specials even it starts like that, where he's like, I lost my backpack in whatever country that we're in.
Oh, that's cool.
But and he jokes about it. He's like, dude, I sold out Paris. He's like, okay, it was 65 people or whatever, like
Yeah.
80 or 100 or something. But it's cool because he gets to meet a bunch of people from Mexico.
So next year, I don't know that we're taking a family trip this year, right? It's kind of like up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my birthday in August.
Yeah, but I was thinking, like, why don't we, whatever country we decide to go for 2020, right? We also make that our family trip, but at the same time, one of the nights that we're out there, we make it something that we host, that we do, like Latino based. And then it's a business write-off.
There you go. Haha, genius.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of comedy happening in Monterrey, Mexico City, so on and so forth.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about when I was. Question? When do you feel most creative? What do you do to get creative? I wonder. And if you're listening to the podcast, leave us a comment what you do
Yeah, let us
to
know.
get creative or to feel inspired.
Chingo, go
me?
for it.
Okay, usually the best way is if it's like a pre-planned thing. Like if it's I'll give you an example, a creative thing. Pretend it's a creative call or a studio session.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to be prepared. You want to be relaxed, confident and relaxed, like laid back but alert, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Only because if you're overthinking it and you're putting too much pressure and you're putting too much pressure on the desired result, like it has to do that, like this song has to go viral. That's a lot of pressure, and you're gonna get writer's block. Like you're just getting in your own way.
Yeah.
So make sure. One thing I try to make sure is like just be relaxed and feel just in tune with
Whatever you're working on at that moment.
yeah,
or
like
what?
in terms of let's say you're gonna go in the mic booth, just like being on stage.
Mhm.
You gotta have that attitude, energy, confidence. Like we need to believe you, we need to feel you, and we need to
Mhm.
like know what type of vibe you're trying to put out.
Sure.
And that goes with a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I try to definitely do this exact same thing, whether it's been in like previous business things, like whether big business decisions where other people would be a part of it, and I knew I needed to make my input known. You want to like not overshadow other people's inputs on anything, but in general, I would usually just honestly, like we said earlier, is when I'm at the gym, if I just get on an elliptical and just fucking go, it makes me like zone out from what I'm doing and think about what's actually in my head and just not think about how much time I have left on the elliptical.
Mhm.
That actually helps a lot. And I hate cardio is cardio. I hate running and all that.
Yeah.
So what do you have, like music in your headphones?
Either music, or if I'm trying to go over something like presentations that I learned a lot from or TED Talks, I'll watch them over again, and then I'll go back to my notes and write my notes down, because for some reason, like the endorphins you get after a cardio session or a workout, they're there while you're working out. So like I'll write down my ideas and I'll go back to the video or the podcast or audiobooks if it's about a certain subject, and just make sure I don't forget it. Because once I get off the elliptical and once I walk out of the gym, it's like the idea's gone.
Yeah. I'm the same way, but you know what's weird is, I think I was telling you this. So before, for me to get inspired, what didn't matter what it was, I like to craft. So I'd sit in my little room and I'd like whatever it was that I felt like making. I'd find something on YouTube to make. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So whatever like it was that I wanted to make, I'd make it, and then that's kind of where because I'm so concentrating, or I'd sew, to like kind of like get it. But lately it's been at the gym and it's annoying me, because I want to be focused on my workout, right? But instead I'm texting him about everything that's going on because I don't want to forget it.
And I'm like, hey, are you done with those 10s yet?
So like instead I'm like texting him the ideas or whatever's going through my head, or things that need to be done that I had forgotten, that I didn't write down on my to-do list, but right there and then I thought about it. So it's like lately it's been every time I go to the gym, my brain has just been working, and I'm just trying to find a way where I'm not being creative during my workout time.
Ah, that's funny.
Like I want to not be I want that to be, because before that, to me, that was my time.
escape.
Like I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on that muscle. Like I'm thinking about that muscle. Like I'll imagine what that actual muscle is doing, like underneath. I know it's weird, but that's really what I would be thinking. Like, what is that muscle actually doing, you know? And then I'd think about like how it's going to grow. Oh, that's what it's good. Man. And then I'd watch, or I'd be listening to like a Dana Lynn Bailey, like, you know, video, or watching it here and there, you know? And that's kind of what I would do. So there was nothing else that I was thinking about.
It's important, the muscle
During
and
that
mind
time,
connection.
yeah.
There's like a 4 or 5 year old podcast where Arnold Schwarzenegger was on Tim Ferriss's show. Best podcast I've ever fucking heard.
Ooh.
It's a 2-part episode.
I think we heard it, right, babe?
I might have, yeah.
Long time ago. It's really good. It's worth going back and listening
So
to
if I go on the
periodically.
podcast app, I would search Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You could. I'll find it for you, because if you go to the podcast app and you just type in Arnold, it should.
It'll
like,
show up
shows
everywhere
that
he's on.
Yeah.
Any podcast that he's been on.
I wonder if I could search for me.
Yeah, and then it'll show up any ones that you've been on.
Yeah.
But lately I've been struggling with that because usually my creative juices before used to happen on the treadmill. But how I would do it is I would watch YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'd start getting ideas. And I have a little notebook in my backpack that's really my notebook for my workout notebook, but in the back of it now, so basically this way it's my workouts, and I flipped it over the other way so that it's like my notes from things that I watch, you know, or things that I'm thinking about. But man, lately I've just been like, I don't want to think about these things. I want to like think about my workout.
Yeah. It does take away from it.
It does.
Yeah. Episode 60, by the way, I think is what it was.
Well, fuck. How am I going to scroll back? Okay, look. I did a search. I put Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Okay, Tim Ferriss comes up.
Yeah.
I click it. It's going to take me to his newest shit. Episodes number like 370.
I'll just hit that swipe all the way. Go to available episodes and then just...
I'm going to have to go all the way back 300.
Damn, that's crazy. Let me see if it does that.
Yeah, that's the only way I think it does.
Apple, get your shit together.
Unless you know the title of the episode, I think. You could have typed that in too.
Really? Look, and then it stops at episode 73. It doesn't scroll anymore.
Oh, it's not there anymore? That sucks.
Huh. Yeah.
All right, never mind.
So, we use Libsyn. Are we able to make an app with that?
There isn't a feature in there, yeah, where you can get your own app made so people go to the App Store and download, you know, the What Did He Said app.
Are those any good?
Not a lot of people use them just because it's hard. You have to retrain somebody now to download a new app.
Now they got to leave this app to go to that app.
Yeah.
Yep. I know the feeling,
Yeah.
Chingojis.
Ha
So, tour dates.
Tour dates?
Where we
Tour
at? Where we at?
dates.
Any questions?
That's it, man.
That's it. Okay.
Tour dates. You want tour
Everything
Because this
else-
shit was coming to a screeching halt.
Yeah, I know. That's because I was thinking about today. I was at the gym and I'm sitting here like I was texting you things that I was thinking about, and then I'm texting him about like all these ideas, and it's just kind of like, damn, man, I just want to think about this workout.
Well, San Jose is sold out.
Mhm.
I leave. Well, by the time this
Thursday.
comes out, in real life, I leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
On
this,
podcast life, you need to go
it's
check
like,
out.
oh, thank you, San Jose, for a sold out show.
So June we have
Tampa.
Irvine. Oh well, if you want to go back to
Shout out
May,
to Tampa and Orlando.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And all surrounding areas.
So we have Tampa May 15th and Orlando May 16th, back to back.
Like Drake.
Holla.
And then after that, Chingo is
Going back
to-
back to Cali.
There
Cali.
we go.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to
Do a
leave that
little
song
remix.
alone.
So Cali dates, Irvine, June 2nd. Get your
June
tickets
2nd,
now.
Irvine.
San Diego, June 6th, 7th, and 8th. Tickets
Dago.
available now.
June 6th, 7th, and 8th. Burp, burp, burp.
June 12th, Oxnard.
What's up, Big Bad Oxnard?
Hollywood.
Top of the food chain.
June 18th.
Hollywood, even up to no good.
Ontario, June 20th. On
A
my
busy
grandma's
month.
birthday.
Is it?
Ontario, Orange County
Busy month.
is on June, what, 20th?
20th. And maybe if Montebello goes through, it may be either June 28th or 29th. That's not concrete, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. But you know, maybe we'll vlog a little bit, or we'll share. of
I am gonna
our Cali
vlog.
experience.
So to the ladies, which I'm kind of embarrassed when they ask me like, are you going to update your YouTube channel anytime soon? I was like, okay.
That's another job.
That's
yeah, it is another
That's
job.
I
a
was
whole
like,
nother fucking job.
don't I feel dumb? Because they were asking me for workouts, and I'm
She's like, bitch, I'm
if you
podcasting.
go, no, if you go to the YouTube channel, if you got to go
I
to
mean,
the old
bitch,
ones,
I get the podcast. Luego.
Anyway, so I was like, can you go? Because I said, scroll all the way down. That's where the workout videos are. She's like, yeah, are you going to update any of these?
Are you going to organize it?
Hey, because the last ones are just of me pregnant, working out. I posted all the videos. I'm not even done because I think I stopped at week 29, but I would post every time that I work out.
Oh, damn.
And I was pregnant. So I think I stopped at 29 weeks, but I've got all the videos on my phone.
And our theory is that's why Penny's hyper.
That's my theory because I was still working out on the
tired.
day.
We're tired and beat up.
She was like, I was due that day. I was the day that I delivered. I worked out earlier that day.
She's almost walking, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn near.
Yeah. So there you go. All the dates for May and June, guys. If you haven't gotten your tickets now, please get them at chingobling.com.
And the tour is over October 31st.
It is actually
October what? 30th, 28th?
Yeah, around there.
24th?
In San Antonio?
27th. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
In
the
San
tour ends
Antonio,
there. So if you want to see Chingo in your city, leave us a message, and we'll see if we can make it happen.
I'm going to need some new material for October San Antonio.
And we're in DC this year, babe. You didn't do DC last year.
That's what I'm saying. I want to.
We
get like
skipped
A-list,
DC last year.
A-list, B-list. That way, your material has time to evolve and breathe, and then you can always not overdo it in the city. Like, oh, this motherfucker's
You're back
always
to
here.
Tacoma, and you're which you didn't go to Tacoma last year. It was the year before. So DC in October, Tacoma in October. Those are two cities that you didn't hit last year. You hit Albuquerque for the first time last year, so we're going back this year.
Yeah, we should definitely keep track of these lists,
Mm-hmm.
like in terms of like.
I do. I have it right here.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like in terms of like if I say Tacoma, oh, that's A list,
Mm-hmm.
or DC A list, B Chicago, Atlanta, Vegas, Seattle,
Yeah,
so on and so forth.
for sure.
Cool.
So there you go, guys. Chingobling.com, and we will see y'all at Chingo Fest this Sunday, May 5th.
Chingo de Mayo Fest, May 5th, Sunday, and we're already planning 2020. Chingo de Mayo.
Peace out.
I get to plan.